So we sat down outside of Ziggy's bastion that is outside of Sails. The ship is being repaired by a lot of the troops or whatever.
Okay.
When they land, Lion wakes up.
No, I don't.
So the Lion armor wakes up and sits up. The crew talks to him. He sort of nods and acts like he's okay. And of course, you're watching, and Goody's watching. So you're walking through, and they ask if he's going to be okay.
I'm guessing they don't see us.
No, like they don't see you all. So Lion comes through, and Papa Bear comes up and nods. So he's like we have guard duty. So and the Lion armor nods too, and Lion shouts out, we'll take watch so everyone can get situated soon. Shortly after that, a couple of them come in and out of some adventures, but you and Papa Bear volunteer for what it's like right now after all the loss and a bunch of other stuff. Like you're both determined to be like, well, we want to guard as much as possible, and as time sort of slips in and out, the days go by, it's sort of fast, but you notice like they sort of pop, people come in and out, so they're flying. So there's a guy that's always tending to his garden, but there are people that flow in and out. So, but you guys keep watch. So after a little bit, you notice that they stick to about the same pattern on things. So.
Okay.
So Goody watches you. No, because like I said, this is sort of moving almost in fast forward, and Goody's just sort of looking and watching you. He said, "Do you see it yet?" It's like, do you see? So you can say no if you want, or yes, if you haven't seen it yet. So do an Arcana check. So, and he goes, watch. And you notice that there are lines and symbols, and they sort of draw from where they're watching. They stand, there's like dots, and they start like all converging and creating like some type of line.
How would I know that?
He's showing you. He's like, so you're watching and concentrating on the magic, and Goody's letting you see the dots where they stand guard and do various things. So like you can see there's certain circles and crosses and stuff, and there's like lines intersect. So Goody's like, oh. So you notice that there's certain ones that appear in certain places.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Again, occasionally Lion will speak to someone, but not often. It's usually him and Papa Bear doing stuff. So Tarkus is mostly just.
I figured he tried to talk to Lionheart.
He doesn't really know what to say.
Well, Lionheart's not trying to talk to him.
But that's the thing. Lion in the suit has been keeping a wide berth as much as he can. So even if it's sometimes it's sort of he sort of bounces around. So, but Lion was still asleep when he told him, and it's Tarkus, and he's different, so he doesn't really know how to approach. You can sort of, you and Goody can sort of see that Tarkus occasionally seems like he wants to go talk, but doesn't really know. But again, there's several adventures and stuff like that. Even Tarkus goes on some adventures and coming in and out. But again, Lion and Papa Bear don't go on any adventures. They make sure to stay and they're watching camp, and where they're standing, there always seems to be dots, and sometimes lines coming from the dots. So, and at this point, Goody's like, "Oh, it's almost time." People sometimes learn that the easy way out isn't always the best way.
Okay.
It's late night. It's very, very late. And we're on the ship. Yeah. No, you're not. So Lion comes up, and he and Papa Bear have said they're standing guard that night of the ship. They volunteered for that night. There is someone that you've seen, and their name is called Bluefin. And like I'm just saying, like over the last few days, like you've seen this character Bluefin, and you're both on here, on the ship.
Yeah.
So you see Ziggy there. There's a lot of the crew. They're going through. It's really late. The moon is up. But Ziggy's just looking through papers, doing whatever, And again, you all can see the bridge where he's at. Bluefin is sort of going, and some of the other crew members are on the ship. There's a few more just sort of moving around. So, and at this point, two of the other crew members come up to Lion, the suit, and also Papa Bear, and they're like, it's like, you all need a rest, and they both look at each other, and they're like, yeah, we've been doing it. It's like, we're going to go back to the Bastion. So and they go a little ways. Try not to get some of the figures mixed in. And around this time, you see like a shadow. So during the change, like a shadow like passes through.
Okay.
The Lion and Papa Bear sort of turn, and they sort of look up, and they just look right at you and Goody on the edge of the top out of the ship.
Okay.
And Goody goes, they made this themselves. Whatever that means. So they both turn and keep on walking. Through this, you notice there is a shadow moving through.
Mm-hmm.
It's like quickly. And there's not a lot of people left on the bow. So Bluefin comes up and is like standing near the front, and you see what this shadow type start heading towards him, but stops, and you see it's like a figure, and is a burnt, grotesque figure. It's like, so roll history.
Oh, I got +4. 8. That didn't work out.
Well, like it's not hard to remember. You remember like that's the character or the person that caused the explosion on the ship that you saw earlier. Like, remember I said there was an explosion of fire, like, and he got blown off the ship. So he should have. For one, the blowing up should have killed him, but the fall should have got him too. So you notice something. Do a religion.
Nothing in religion. 19.
So using your normal stuff, that is an undead.
Okay.
So you can just like, even though you're in this astral form, this face form, like you can tell that being right there is not amongst the living.
Mm-hmm.
So it must be some undead creature. It like almost flashes and appears up through here.
Okay.
So it turns. It's almost like it senses you all, but it doesn't. It's like you look and you can tell like the eyes and everything is like you can sort of see like almost like the spiritual fumes coming out of it. It's like a dark purple that's sort of emanating from its body, like a haze. But it's not smoking, but you can sort of see it in this. So at this point, it comes up the step. You hear Ziggy say something. It's like, saying it's about time that you brought whatever, and you watch, and the creature shoves its fist through the chest cavity of Ziggy. It's like all the way through, and you can actually see that he has his heart.
Okay, great.
Like he's literally put it all the way through.
Okay.
So
Ziggy did.
Ziggy says something. He pulls it out and has the heart, and then he like. The creature then pushes Ziggy out through the front. Then he crashes down and he's like dead on the port.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the creature here then eats the heart and it sort of dissolves and fades away. So Goody looks and says, what you just saw there is the formation of a new demon. A very, very powerful demon. And it's not my right using the rules to interfere. So
I'm guessing you're showing me this because you want me to interfere.
It's like there might be times that you can interfere and help these people out. But there will be a time that you'll need to make a choice. Either get help from Goody, or you can end up like him. He refused my help. If he would have taken my help, I could have brought him back. But he would not take my feathers. So in the end, he's dead.
So how do I get my armor back?
So
There's no point in showing me all this if I can't get it back.
it's like I must follow the rules, like you must follow the rules.
So stealing my armor is following the
So
rules.
at this point, Bluefin screams Ziggy and everything, and it's all upset, of course. So we're gonna, jump forward, to the next morning. Like I said, there are quite a few people we're inside that little hut here at the Bastion. Man, there are a lot of people through here. I'll make sure I get that right. I think that was everyone in there. Pages outside. So when we're in here, Bulwark, Vincent, and Tarkin have talked and did a lot of stuff. And they're talking with Dink, and Tarkin like does a paladin type thing that detects good and evil. So you see that he like blasts it, like where he can sense good and evil. And at this point, in your astral form, you're not affected by it, but you notice that when he does it, you can see his projection. You notice that Tarkin's heart, where his heart's supposed to be, there looks like little magical red feathers spinning in it, and you can detect.
Mm-hmm.
So you can also see outside when you look, you see Lion and Papa Bear, and they were also swirling with feathers. Like you see feathers swirling around inside your armor, and then you see almost looks like it's like toilet paper wrapped around Papa Bear of like feathers. Just imagine sort of like a mummy of feathers that he also threw. So the Tarkin comes out and says, "I detect evil this direction." And Lion and Papa Bear says, "Which direction? We'll go hunt." And he tells them, and they go the direction of the evil that they sense. So he then goes and checks everything else, and comes back in. He says, "I'm still sensing evil." And Goody's like, "Watch this." And he phases back in, and sitting on the bed with Ziggy. He then proceeds to puppeteer. He puts his hand into the hole that Ziggy has and starts talking with Ziggy and starts doing all sorts of other stuff, and telling them that this is your fault. You shouldn't have done it. Blah blah blah. You get this and that, and you need to be careful. And if if you would accept my feathers, this wouldn't have happened, and all sorts of other stuff. So Tarkin and everyone sort of upset. Ziggy or Goody reminds everyone that most of you all have my feathers, but it's like I can help you. I can make sure that this wouldn't happen again. So there's some arguing and stuff like that, and Goody's like he says he's hurt. One of the last things he says is like Dawn's outside far away, she doesn't even know. He snaps his fingers and the little red dress of Dawn appears over her again. She gets mad. So, and he sort of phases and lets the body come out. He comes back, he says, "That was fun." So watch them all squirm and get upset. So there's a little bit more discussion that they talk. And they're like we must find the evil, because they're looking for the thing that killed him. So they go through and look, and you can sort of see in the distance that these two sort of poof through a door. So, and then Vincent comes back and it's like, "I can't find them." And about that time, from a different direction, these two come in, and they're like, "We lost track of them. Whatever the evil was, we can't find it." So, and they look right over it, you two. So, and Goody's like, so he's walking along, and you end up seeing they put Ziggy's body, and they actually do like Dink's up there and starts playing like bagpipe music, like taps on the way or whatever, just doing, and they gather around and burn Ziggy's body.
Okay.
So Goody looks over you. It's like, I normally really like fire, but in such a good way, I really don't really like being around that type of fire when it's presented in such a way. He said it really is a waste. I couldn't get his soul. Other people couldn't get his soul. You know, I couldn't recruit him to the army. He's like, but what I need, it's like, I need you to know, it's like, I could have saved him. It's like, if you look really deep, you will see the feathers that I've given. And almost every single person through here has a feather in them.
Except him.
So, yeah, except him. It's like, you know, in one way or another, it's like if you look at Bulwark is pretty much made of half. He's got black feathers and red feathers. He's about halfway through.
What about me? Lionheart. He's never saved Lionheart.
Nope, you don't have any. It's like you don't.
So
it's like you're one of the few that doesn't have one.
Good.
So he's like, so let's make a deal. And it's like, it's like, would you like to sign a contract to me and get a feather to get out of your free card? All I ask is there will be a time that I will ask for your help in my war. It's like,
what war are you talking about?
oh, what war?
No, I'm asking you.
No, you can ask. You can ask. You don't know anything about war. It's like, it's like you don't know. It's like there's something. It's the internal blood wars, everyone likes to call it. But my boss thinks he has a way to make it not eternal. The blood wars between infernals, like devils and demons, constantly battling it out. So us devils have held the line against the demons. The demons have no law or rhyme or reason. They're just pure chaos and destruction.
And you're not.
No, I am all about order. I have a boss. You all have bosses. It's like, I like to do things with contracts. Now, granted, sometimes it causes some headache, but if I promise it, I have to fulfill the promise to the best of my ability.
If your ability is like 2%.
So it's better than you having no percent of help.
Sure.
So
well, without my armor and my sword, I'm basically useless.
Is that how you feel about yourself? Are you truly worthless? I thought you were all, he pokes you in the chest, heart.
I can only do so much fighting with bare hands.
Well, right now you can't do any fighting. You can't even touch yourself hardly. So why did you show me all this? Did you guys have a reason to show me that you're making my armor walk around by itself, and my master's apparently back and he's in the scroll? Gotta have his reasons. Well, your master is very conflicted, you know. So he knows. It's like he knows he should be dead. So he was hurt. And you know the thing that hurts the most. It's like, you know, love. Especially considering love's what got him killed. So I bet you didn't even know he had a love of his life. While you go off on training missions and do stuff and it sends you on your missions by yourself, he was in love with somebody. It's like, her name was Claire. And then she revealed that she was pregnant and she had to go. So that's about the time that your training ramped up, because he had a lot more time on his hands. But lo and behold, Claire comes back. No longer pregnant. But she shows up with some type of friend, an armored friend that is very similar to the armor that you wear. So the Knight of Death. So they challenged, the Eagle Heart to come to battle and prove who was the most worthy of Claire's affection and heart. So can you see where I'm going with this? It's like he didn't go do it for glory. He did it for love, and he went and got himself killed. So does that not make you wonder about your master? Because after all, if he had kept to his own oaths, he wouldn't have the feathers of mine to keep him alive. He wouldn't have needed. You'd have still been a squire, and he'd have still been whatever this thing of heart that you have. It's like,
just because he broke his oath don't mean I'm gonna break mine.
oh, so you do feel he broke his oath? Very interesting. So soon you will return to your armor. But what you don't know is there is a different set of armor that came through, that came before you. It's like that they rescued, and they didn't realize that it was you.
I'm confused now.
So there is a dark copy of you in your armor. So
I guess you got that figurine too.
Yeah, maybe.
Might be the figurine I painted.
Probably. So
the feathers in the armor, when I go back to it, they will be gone, right?
Maybe.
I don't need the feathers.
Maybe. So I think that you need to have faith in your abilities. If you want your armor back, why don't you go claim it? Claim it with your heart.
You've lost me.
It's basically telling you need to go fight your suit of armor.
How am I supposed to fight with suit of armor?
I don't know.
Okay. What's going on with Papa Bear? What they have been like? Is he?
Papa Bear gave himself freely to me.
Question. So off topic. So Papa Bear is technically evil now, wouldn't it be?
He has signed a contract with
that's
Goody.
not why I asked.
I don't know if he's
like because I'm a paladin. If I sense evil, I'm gonna destroy it.
Yep. But if you notice, but here he's basically telling you everyone, like, just because everyone has a little bit of evil in them.
True, but if there's a limit of the evil
and
that
there's a line.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
There's a line, and not everyone is taking it freely. So some people, some of these people died, and Goody brought them back or gave them stuff.
Okay, so Goody ain't gave me nothing, so I don't have a feather.
You don't have a feather.
Don't want one.
So he's offering you. He said if you take my feather, you can have your armor right now. Or you must defeat your armor.
Well, I was handed the armor once. I'm not going to have it handed to me again. I guess I'm going to fight it.
Okay.
I have got to hurry. I gotta go home and get something to eat.